All right, it's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you. Because that's New Orleans and this is Happy Hour. It's a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar today, we're at the fabulous Wayfair on Ferret Street, which is a couple of blocks down from Napoleon Avenue, right across from the European Wax Center. Are you familiar with the European Wax Center, Rami?
I've never been.
Never been. Turn around and take a look at it. It's right across there. Isn't that nice?
It looks amazing.
Yes, they wax you in a European way. Not quite sure what that is. Kenneth, have you had familiar with that?
I've never been to Europe or been waxed before. So.
Don, you sure you don't know what that is?
That would be a good way to knock off both of those. Go straight across, and it's straight across the street, the European Wax Center. So this is the voice of Chef Kenneth Temple you're hearing here, who's got his Chef Life t-shirt on.
Yes, yes.
Rami Robert is
Chef
here,
Life.
whose name rhymes with Amy Snowbear, I see on. That's how you have to tell people?
Yeah,
Your
because
name?
it doesn't look like it is pronounced.
It doesn't. It
at
looks
all.
like Remy Robert.
Yeah.
Are you're related to the Roberts from Robert's Grocery. That's how to remember it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't work much outside of New Orleans.
No, I guess not. No, it does not. And Q Hefner, who's no longer called Q Hefner, is here. Is called.
Most people know me as DJ Q, but you just
I know
talking
you
to
as
Q
Q
the Don.
Hefner, but now you're called Q the Don.
Yeah.
His real name is Quentin Coleman.
Yes.
Who's a
Transformation on the
gentleman.
name.
Yes. And Monty is here as well, whose
But
real
yeah, I don't
name
go by Monty either.
is.
Oh.
What are you going by now?
I go by 900.
900. Okay, I have to get this right. So Q the Don and 900.
I get my name from a car.
900 what car?
The Saab convertible 900 Turbo S. My
You're
favorite car in
named
life.
after a Saab.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so bourgeois, though, isn't it?
Nah, it's not. It's because, like, to
not.
me, it's like people don't really notice that car, and I feel like that as an individual in society is like
You feel like
when
that?
I'm moving around doing what I'm doing, I don't really feel noticed. I feel like I'm not really seen. Like, so
And yet, how else would you could you compare yourself to a Saab? Is it classy? And
it's
expensive,
classy. It's not
solid?
expensive. It's like
not
like
expensive.
porridge. It's like it's just right. It's like
Porridge?
It's not too
Porridge.
much. It's not too little. It's like just
Okay.
right. That's the
Why
way I
don't
view
you
it.
change your name to Porridge? That would be nice.
Porridge
Nah, because
900.
it's too many
Porridge
rappers
900.
named Porridge already.
Are there really?
No, I'm just not.
Why do you feel it's necessary to? Why don't your real name is like Romani?
My real name is Ramani. Yeah.
Man, what's wrong with that? That's nice.
It's too long and it don't rhyme with nothing.
It rhymes with money.
That's
I
the
mean,
first
not
thing I
when I'm
thought
on
of.
stage. I can't really stop the crowd. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
It's your name has to rhyme with something.
900 just roll better, you know.
900.
As
Well-
somebody with name struggles, I agree. I think it's a good choice.
Have you
Yeah.
thought about changing your name to a numeral?
Never a numeral, but when I was in like 5th grade, I changed it to Marshmallow, and I like convinced the entire summer camp. I went to a summer camp, and I convinced them all that my name was,
was Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a pretty nice name, actually.
I don't know why I picked that.
Were you popular after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously.
sounds like one of those names
Just
you'll
like a
gain
marshmallow.
popularity, right?
Marshmallow's a funny thing because it's sort of squishy and.
It's weird. It was
got
I
a
think it
nice
was the
sort of
first
ring to
thing
it.
I thought of.
I'm going to write it down just in case we forget that for later.
You could be a DJ Marshmallow.
True.
up.
Hey, that's not bad, Q.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bring in the family, bro. Bring in the family.
Yeah, because you have. What is this operation? It's called Nola Fam.
Yeah, that's
Which is-
Nola Fam is the brand.
Brand name.
Can you smell bananas? Anybody? Can you
Really?
smell bananas?
Are we
Kenneth,
really
you're a
going
chef.
for it? B-A-N-A-N-A?
No, no, that was just. I'm asking
I
a
was
serious
about to
question. Can you smell bananas? Is your drink some sort of
Smell.
smell
I thought you said
bananas.
spell. I thought you
Oh,
wanted
spell.
to.
Oh, no, can you
Maybe
smell?
spell
Oh,
it.
no,
No,
no.
maybe it's my drink. Maybe I don't know.
Has it got bananas in it?
Nah, it's just
This might be this bourbon you
ginger.
smelling. It got
I'm
something.
worried that if you smell bananas,
Smell
that,
it. Is that?
that smells good. What is that?
This is a bourbon-infused island punch.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I was hoping it wasn't a precursor to some sort of like
Terrible.
stroke or something.
Yeah.
You know, if you
Yeah,
could-
you smell burning toast if you're having a
Syrup.
stroke.
Is that right? Syrup,
Yeah.
thank you.
What?
Burning toast. I wonder why that would be.
What triggers in the brain burning toast?
I don't know.
While
Syrup,
having
do you
a
know
stroke.
that?
How do you find that out?
Well, Kenneth, you're a chef.
But you don't learn that having stroke smell like burnt toast. That's
Kind of
definitely
take
not
all
being
the fun
taught.
out of eating toast now. It's like
Lightly buttered
Every
my
time,
brain.
Every time.
every day at breakfast, you're like, I don't know.
Am I having a
Am I
stroke
about
or
to
did I?
eat or am I about to have a stroke? Or both.
What is there in the brain that makes you like certain tastes? Why would you like marshmallow? Say, why would Remy like marshmallow? And
Just all the
you like
receptors.
bananas?
You know, everybody's taste buds is different. You know, some people can't smell, you know, so it's all in your sinus cavities. All that triggers everything.
Where does it taste? Is it on your tongue
On
or on your brain? It's
Yeah,
on your tongue.
It's on your tongue, and that sends receptors up to your brain.
See, I can totally smell bananas for real.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
maybe
it's
you
on
need to
this
get a
mic
banana.
stand.
It might be on the mic.
Did you
might
have
be
any
me.
bananas
smell-
today?
No,
Right.
I
You
haven't
smell
had a banana in
I
ages.
don't smell bananas.
So
at
it's
all.
on the microphone.
It's on the
right?
mic.
It's
It's
just
gotta
you.
be on the microphone,
Nobody else
right?
smells bananas but you.
No, no, it's on this mic. How did bananas get on my microphone? What's been
Wait,
going on? I was
I don't
away
know.
last week.
Who's in-
April.
Uh-oh.
April was filling in for me. Did anything happen to this mic while I was gone
We need answers.
in the way of bananas? Nothing? No, okay. Anyway, I'm not having a stroke. So, Kenneth, how did you first get into cooking anything?
I
What
mean,
made
what,
you,
go ahead, finish the
what
question.
made you think of being a chef in the first place?
To be a chef was graduating from high school and needing to figure out what to do with your life.
Well, what school were you at? That's the
I
big
went to
question.
Redeemer Seaton. Long live Redeemer Seaton. R.I.P.
Redeemer
Redeemer
Seaton.
is no longer there. Holy Cross has the property.
Oh, wow. So you're young enough, you're old enough to have gone to a high school that no longer exists.
Yeah, all of
You
my
look
schools.
so young.
All of my schools have been wiped away by Katrina, but my
Really?
elementary and college. Yeah,
Wow. So what schools did you go to? Redeemer Seaton. Where,
that was
what-
high school,
Right.
and then went to Marion Central, which was a Catholic school experiment where they kicked all of us out of our.
Experiment?
Yeah, it was an experiment because they took 6 or 5 Catholic schools and blended them. St. Raphael, St. Leo, Corpus Christi, Epiphany,
Wow.
and they just threw us all in a melting pot.
Was
and
it like a
said-
gang war
No,
of Catholics?
really. You know what was funny? Like everybody kind of gelled well with each other. Nobody had any issues. Like we wasn't cliquish, and
Right.
we actually ran the school like a high school, so we was very, very mature for our ages.
So are you still seriously Catholic? Did it work?
No, it didn't.
Didn't
work.
have any good
Nah,
effect
didn't
on
work.
you?
Nah, what's the thing you do?
I don't know.
Not the confession.
Confirmation?
Confirmation. Yeah, we went through all that.
You did all that?
And you know that was the time when Cash Money was big. So when we had
Oh,
our
yeah.
little crosses where I was taking,
How you love that?
these bling bling photos with the right outside by the Archbishop. That's what we was doing. So
Throwback. I like that.
Did you,
love that.
did you guys have any religious upbringing?
You know what? I grew up in a Masonic church.
Really?
Yeah, my
I wasn't
grandmother is an
expecting
Eastern
that.
Star.
All right.
And my grandfather was a 30th degree Mason, so I grew up in a Rock of Ages Ministerial Baptist church. So I grew up in a Baptist church, but I never really I'm not really religious. Like I'm not really big on it now. Like I haven't been to church since Katrina. Facts.
Well, today could be a good day for you to start up again.
Nah.
You and Kenneth could go back. What actually is the Masonic Lodge?
You know what? I'm not really into it, so I don't
But
really
do
know.
you know? Because it's meant to be a top secret.
You know what?
Don't say too
It
much.
ain't-
900.
Well, what
Hey.
could happen?
Don't say too much. 900.
You know what?
You're breaking code.
I
He can't speak on.
I
these
can't
things.
speak on it.
Are you
Can't
allowed,
speak on.
are you allowed to
Sorry,
say anything, or is it like Scientology or
I
something?
think you are not allowed to say anything. Like my man is telling me. Right now.
900.
Kenneth,
Be quiet.
Kenneth, you're,
I'm just
Kenneth,
protecting
you're
him.
attorney on this one.
I'm making sure he keeps it confidential. He doesn't
Right.
say too much, too
what
little.
could happen?
No trouble.
We don't know.
Nobody
we
knows.
don't know. Nobody
It's a
nobody ever
mystery.
find that guy who went wrong. You know, nobody. What happened to Frank? I don't know. I
We
think he
don't know.
moved. Katrina happened.
And then
Driving
people
around.
know
Went the
me.
way
If I
of
just
your
disappear,
People know you.
people know me. If I just
But they
disappear,
don't notice
they'll
you
be
though,
like,
because
yo,
you're.
where Monty at?
I thought you were the guy who's invisible, like a
I
Saab
am,
900.
but
So
yeah, right.
no
you
one's.
could know a person, you could know of something, but never see it, right? Right?
No,
You
think
can know
about that.
something.
I'm gonna take a sip
Bananas.
on that.
That's
one.
like me. That's like me
I'm
smoking
not
cigarettes.
sure.
That's like me smoking cigarettes at
Yeah.
27 years old, knowing that you can get, you could die from smoking cigarettes. But I just like, you know what? I'm gonna smoke me a fucking cigarette right about now.
So are you still
So it's
smoking
like-
cigarettes?
Yeah, I might have one after this.
You can have one. Oh, wait, they will kick you out of here if you smoke
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Why do you keep smoking even though you know it's going to kill you?
Because you know what, the way I see it is like, everybody goes, right? But it's like, is you going out like how they went, or you going out with a fucking bang? Like I'm going out with a bang. Fuck it, cancel. What's up?
Whoops.
No burn
Fuck
toast.
it. If I get it, I'm gonna face it. It's like if I was to get my arm cut off, right? And the doctor was like, yo, we got to cut it off. It'll be like, all right, let me
Just
get my
like
mind
that.
around this real quick. Let me hit the all right. All right, come on, let's do this. You got to embrace whatever comes your way. That's what life is. So it's like,
Okay.
it could be a charade of things. You know what I'm saying? Embrace it.
Are you making the connection, Ramey, between amputation and smoking?
I mean, it's
I'm
connected.
hoping-
It's connected.
Can you explain that, Ramey?
I think that was how my living skills teacher taught. They were like, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like in Mean Girls when they were like, if you have sex, you will get chlamydia and you'll die. It's just like that.
You might
Like
as
if
well
you
just
smoke
get-
a cigarette,
True.
one of your limbs will have to be amputated.
That's how you feel.
No telling which one. We're gonna find out.
It's like the feeling of like knowing that it's like you're not seeing the cancer happening, but you know it could happen. So it's the same way with like knowing that I do music and knowing that I'm out and about and feeling like no one sees me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why 900 connects so much with the Saab.
But do you feel
Because
that
no one
insignificant?
I never see a Saab ever. It's like I rarely see it.
You got to
When I
move to
do,
the suburbs.
like
right.
to the
You're in the
neighborhood.
wrong
I'm from New Orleans
neighborhood.
though, so it's like
Yeah, you're definitely not going to see a side.
yeah,
these
it's like
streets.
I rarely, and if I do see it, it's like one of the puny models I don't like.
It's not the
like,
900.
It's not
Gotta
the.
be
It's not the
900.
1986 Turbo S.
That's the nice one.
That's the
nice
best
one.
one.
The Saab. I'm writing it down.
900 convertible.
1986.
S.
Friends going
Turbo
shopping
S.
after this.
Perfect. Yeah.
C-Rock. How much would we have to pay for one? C-Rock will find one for us.
They
online
like
for-
$4,000, $5,000. If you could talk them down, negotiate. No more than 6.
Oh, I'm sure you
No
could.
more than 60.
Yeah, I got a couple for
Used?
less than 3,000
Used.
on auto
What
list.
about fresh?
Hello.
97 Saab 900, 95.
Oh!
With the 97
Facts.
900 side
Is
go
it the
for?
Turbo S?
Is
Right.
it the Turbo S?
It's not the Turbo S.
We don't want that.
Oh, we don't want that.
We don't want
A
that one.
1986 Saab, if it's still running, would be how many years old?
30,
30 years old.
31.
31 years old.
Because I'm an
Thanks,
85
Kenneth. You're,
baby. Yeah,
That's
I'm
a
an
you're born in
85
85
baby.
and you're 32 years old.
Is
C-
there?
CC
What
Miller.
what date's your birthday?
October 16th.
Well, we just had it recently.
Yeah, yeah.
So what
Nice.
sign are you?
I don't know.
You don't know at all.
I don't do
Scorpio?
astrology. I don't-
Maybe Scorpio?
Q, you know something
yeah.
about this?
Yeah, Q, you know about astrology?
A little something.
Okay. How
All
do
I
you-
know is I was born in the fall. That's great weather time. That's all I know. Great
don't-
weather time.
What so? What sign did you say it was, Q?
Maybe Scorpio?
Maybe
What,
Scorpio.
October what?
Scorpio,
16.
yeah. Oh,
Possibly
that's
a
Libra.
Scorpio.
Is
That's
that-
Libra?
Libra?
That's
What-
Libra.
what is that
Scorpio
Libra?
cuss?
He's a Libra.
Libra
Libra.
means
Thomas
all right. So
knows.
Libra means you have a hard time balancing things out, whether it may be all right. So you don't feel like that. You're not a true Libra then, because I'm actually born on September 23rd. That's the day of the start.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a Libra Virgo cusp. I'm actually best of both worlds. Like
So-
R. Kelly.
so
So
what
you
am-
might
so
be a
what-
Libra Scorpio cuss.
So what am I since I'm good at
You
balancing things in my
are-
life?
What is what,
You're good at balancing.
I'm
You're the
very
opposite.
good at
Signs the
balancing
scales, right? So
scales,
he's
yeah.
supposed to be about the balance.
but
He
he
just told me
lacks
I
the
lack
scale.
balance.
I mean, like,
Like-
Well, he's not a
I don't
professional
know.
astrologer.
yeah, I'm not Miss Cleo.
church
He's a
messed
guy.
you up.
He's a guy who's had one of these
Right, he had one of
Moscow
those.
mules already. It
I
smells
don't-
like
and
yeah.
I can see into the future.
Yeah, see, that's why I
Are
don't
you
do
psychic?
signs. You know,
All of a sudden, yeah,
all of a sudden, put the drink
the
back.
vodka, you know.
You know,
I
that's
guess
why I
that's
don't
it.
do signs. I've seen a lot of different signs, of course, through social media, and I was like, well, that sounds like me. That sounds like me. I can relate to that. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like,
And then you realize you're reading the wrong one.
no. Then I realized like all of them sound the exact same.
Yeah.
To me. Like I think,
That's what I think.
you know,
Just
I think you
pick
can
one you
always
like.
find something in
Right.
anything you read that relates to you.
True.
True.
Ramey knows a lot about this sort of thing.
Raimi, go ahead on. Tell us something.
I don't think I know
Well,
much
this is
about
what-
astrology.
Raimi, he's pulling out your bio,
Listen
Raimi.
here,
Marshmallow.
This is what I got on you. Oh, Kenneth, I got some great stuff on you as well. But Marshmallow, this is what they
Let's
told me
hear it.
about you. It said that you're a real life matchmaker.
I'm a matchmaker. What? That's true.
Whoa.
I'm a
Listen
matchmaker.
up,
me.
gentlemen.
Yeah,
You're
you
like
guys.
the 100,000
Okay.
matchmaker, $100,000 millionaire matchmaker.
I'm like
No, go
billionaire.
billion.
No,
Ooh,
no, 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 no. That's not.
now
No.
flex your muscles. Flex your muscles.
You're talking about that show on TV where
Yeah,
that
yeah,
matchmaker
yeah.
millionaire person.
Uh-huh.
That's a great job.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Okay, so
it's fun.
What does this mean? You're a matchmaker.
So I have clients all over the country, and
Okay, go back to the beginning
Wait,
of this.
I
So
need-
what
yeah.
is a matchmaker?
So
As opposed to match.
it's like the oldest job there is. It's like a Jewish grandmother, you know?
Okay.
Like, oh, you guys should get married because you guys want the same thing.
Well, I think we all know what a matchmaker is, but how do you get to be one?
It's cool. I work for it's like a dating startup, and
Is it your own company?
no,
Okay, so it's a dating
it's
startup.
called Talkify.
Oh, hang on.
Marshmallow has all the notes.
I'm writing this down. Yeah, I haven't written anything down about you, Kenneth.
No.
But we're coming to you, don't worry. Talkify is like talk, like talky talk.
TAW.
TAWK.
Yeah. IFY.
Talkify.
Are they from
And
New
it's
Orleans?
like no, they're all over the place. They honestly
There's
there
no
aren't
L.
really
There's no L. It's TAW.
W, yeah,
Okay.
and there aren't really any paying clients in New Orleans because nobody needs
Nobody
to pay
wants to
here.
match it,
So
right.
you can just run
Yeah.
into them at the grocery store. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to pay somebody.
Oh,
Hey,
everybody-
shout out Whole Foods because like
Some experience?
they legit. Oh yeah, I worked at Whole Foods for like a year.
Did you ever meet any right
Wait,
type
what?
person?
Did
Did
you
you ever
say?
meet
Any ripe bananas?
Did you ever meet a young woman that you ended up dating at Whole Foods?
You know what? No, Whole Foods is a good place that you run into people that you've been knowing for years and you
Right.
ain't seen them in a minute. And then when you do see them, it's like good because like then it's some popping again. You know what I'm saying? So I ran into a lot of good like ladies that way.
Whole Foods is good for that. What did you do at Whole Foods? What job?
I was cooking like food actually, like for like the hot bar and stuff. Like I used to work there, yeah. So like for a year, I worked at Whole Foods and just like it was a good benefits and shit. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you quit?
You
Sexual
know what?
harassment?
Damn.
Yeah, actually, you know
900.
what? Too much harassment, man.
Too
I
much
couldn't take
harassment.
it.
People
Nah,
hitting
He
on
said
you
he couldn't
constantly.
take it.
I couldn't take
Couldn't
it.
take
couldn't
it.
take it.
Couldn't
I
take
couldn't
it.
What's
take
happening to him?
I was at work. Come on, man. Couldn't take it. But nah,
just
I
got sick
really
of it?
just no. You know what? It was a good job, and I didn't want to stop it. But then like my craft and like music and working with Q
Yeah.
to Don, it's like you have to really have time for this, and like there's a lot of sacrifice that go with getting to where you want to be with this music thing and like this and that. And I've been doing this 10+ years.
Right.
So it's like I gotta like not stop all of a sudden just because of one thing. It's like I can make income doing.
Yeah.
It's like so
It's all
many
or
ways
nothing,
to
some
make
kind of
money.
shit.
It's like and not illegal. You know what I'm saying? Legal. It's like it's so many
make
ways
that-
to
just
make money.
make
You
that
know what I'm saying?
clear.
I could go walk outside with a box of apples and just sell apples outside. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes,
like
you could.
I could make that money back the same way I went in Whole Foods and slaved over the stove and cooked food all day
Yeah, that's a good thing to
for
find out.
snobs. Huh?
That's a good thing to find out, that you don't have to work all day and you can still make money. So what are you doing to make money? Is the music...
So what I'm doing to make money, all right, so me and Q are revamping what NOLA Fam was. So like we not really we NOLA Fam when Doc Smoke, remember Smoke who came last time, right?
Smoke. DJ Smoke.
J Smoke.
J Smoke.
J Smoke
the,
with
the stoner, yeah.
The S, the stoner.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
stoner.
the
The
stoner.
S is a dollar sign. And
Yeah,
Smoke.
dollar sign.
Yeah, I do
J
remember
Smoke,
him.
yeah. He took a venture out to Cali, you know what I'm saying? So he's out there living it up, doing his thing out there.
So he's gone. We got Smoke's gone.
Smoke's gone.
Congratulations to him. He about to be a father.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Congrats,
Shout out my
Smoke.
dude.
Okay.
So me and 900 just keeping the ball rolling on the
all
music.
right.
There you
So
go.
it's
And-
just that you are the family now. You
Yeah,
two.
and there's a
Okay.
lot of. All right, so I'm gonna address this real quick, and I don't give a fuck if Buku get mad or whoever run Buku or the two brothers who I don't give a fuck. Monty said it. All right, so NOLA fans.
900.
Wait,
Money.
who said it?
Monty.
900.
Just wanted to
900.
make
Not
sure.
900. I hear you.
900. I had
Good
to
point.
echo
Monty.
that.
All right.
So,
So-
now we're on to Buku.
I woke up one day and like I looked on my Instagram and they had this like group of people that had the name NOLA Fam on a picture, and it was like presented by Buku, and it was like, wait, I think I know these two guys actually through mutual friends or whatever. But long story short, they used the name of the group that we basically and like it's not
heard
really
this
about.
story.
Let me just throw this out there. It's not about.
You know this story?
I know what
I've
you're
heard
gonna
it.
say first. It's not about the fact that it was a copyright deal because all right, so at the end of the day, that's what you need to be legit. At the same time, for 10+ years and even kind of before that, we always was called NOLA Fam.
That's
so it
our
was
brand,
like
yeah.
that's our brand. So to see like a group of people who not NOLA Fam like pop up and it's like the name with Buku, I was like not really tripping, but I was like that's not really respectful. I wouldn't do that to somebody. Like
But the
I
interesting
just want to
thing
be
about this,
called
what
me.
you're saying is this Buku is Buku Fest you're talking about, which
Yes,
is
sir.
an
I'm talking
electronic,
about Buku
it's
Fest.
an electronic music festival that
Yes,
happens
sir.
in March or something. And they're in the same business as you. It's not like it's
I mean, they
different
do.
business.
Nah, it's different. Hip
Well,
hop
it's-
is hip hop music, and like
Right.
what they do is different. It's like EDM music. It's like
Are they
electro
selling
music.
themselves with that, or are they just saying this is our
No,
NOLA
it's not.
Fam?
I'm not taking nothing away from them. I'm just saying that when you take something from somebody, just say, "Oh, look, I'm gonna use the name," but like
Right.
I really got this from like these guys right
Right.
here who
Just give
actually.
respects. That's all.
When
Well,
you know,
unfortunately, all you've
type
done
in
now
Nola
is
Fam
given
on
them a
Google,
whole
you
lot of
see a
publicity
bunch
by
of
talking
pictures
about it.
and people with
Right.
hats and
Right.
gear and screaming and
But
shouting.
they just did it for one photo. They're not doing it as a brand, or are they?
But all right, so
I still agree with you. I know it's wrong,
tricky.
but-
It's just like it's tricky. It's like you have to be careful if you know like at the end of the day you branding yourself. Everybody branding yourself,
Right.
right? So it's
Right.
like you want to stay true to your name and you want your name to be yours. You know what I'm saying? Just come up with you know,
Yeah,
y'all
yeah, yeah,
Buku. That was
right.
brilliant.
Why do they have
Keep
to-
that going. You know what I'm saying? Throw
why
that
don't,
out there.
why
bro.
don't you guys put a photo of yourself up on Instagram with Buku on it?
That ain't legit. That's not legit. You know what I'm
As
saying?
your
Like,
attorney, Kenneth, what do you think about that for an idea?
I think that would be being petty of them.
yeah, we got
All
other
right.
things to do.
I wouldn't do nothing like that. I just think that like I don't know. It's like it seems like it was a group of kids who participate in Buku Fest, and they took a picture, and the name Nola Fam was branded on that picture, and in the corner it had the Buku logo, so they kind of automatically affiliated Buku with it, or it could have. I don't know what it was. I just know I seen it. And I
like
was
I
like,
said,
what about taking the positive
going on?
spin on it and telling them that you'd like to cash in on that publicity and that they can.
Well, they're not giving it to them.
I'm not
That's
trying to
the
ride
thing.
no waves or nothing, but like just like reach out or something.
That's
yeah,
the thing.
why don't
We
you
not
reach
riding
out to them and
waves.
say, hey, that's our name, and what about you helping us get the word out? They're a big
Low
organization.
key, all right. So Dom, I'm gonna tell you right now. Low key, we bubbling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we really
Good
bubbling.
idea.
So it's like we don't
Right.
really want to branch off and do nothing with it because like they doing something completely different. What we doing
Right.
is pure raw. It's just hip hop. It's like they doing something that don't got nothing to do with hip hop.
Right.
We'll be the only artists, if involved with that type of.
Okay, well,
scenario.
two things. First of all, let's take a listen to something. And then secondly, let's talk about matchmaking.
Yeah, I want to know
Okay.
about this talk.
Yeah, we've got to get
Talk.
on to Talkify. So
Talkify.
first of all, we're going to hand this over. We don't want to play a whole song because then people get really like, people stop listening to the show. We play like a little bit of like,
DJ, he know how to.
I'm telling you, we have to use like a couple of
That's
verses and a
cool.
chorus or whatever, and then we fade out and be, cool. And we'll play another one later. So pick one that will be good to like listen to half of. What do you think?
halfway.
Yeah, what do you think?
Flojo or I like or
Flojo, I like her. Remember her?
She was very fast.
Yeah.
it's gonna be half a song.
I mean,
How you love that?
No, Flojo.
Okay. See, we're very prepared here. You checking out the Hangover Destroyer?
Yeah, I'm actually making sure
Have you
me
tried-
that marshmallow could get close. I don't want this blocking our unity
Right.
that we have over here.
Okay, what song is this?
It's called Flojo,
Flojo.
and it got a Diggable Planets vibe to it. Like I want
All
to bring
right.
that back.
Nola Fam.
Us floor rush when the DJ play my classics. Fuck it, throw it up and let them see the way we having it. Us floor rush when the DJ play my classics. Fuck it, throw it up and let them see the way we having it. I'm cool like that, like that. I'm cool like that, nigga. I'm cool like that, like that. I'm cool like that, nigga. I'm cool like that, like that. I'm cool like that, nigga. I'm cool like that, like that. I'm cool like that. Him, that's my man on the one and the two. Yeah. Me, I approach to the mic with a groove. She be with me as I walk in the place. Him, that's my man with the tool on his waist. We pull up deep, see us hopping out the foreign. We got a wreck at the party, so I'm going. How was the buzz this entire hip hop era? Dripping with some sauce like some running mascara. What by that cut? We push it off the corner. I'ma do my thing in the Nike suede Pumas. Right to the money, we don't listen to the rumors. Can't take that from me, I'll be gone till November. He take the leap and roll it by the pound. Higher than the rest, watch me leave the ground. Quick to pack the club like an old jazz lounge. It's really going down, I'm the new James Brown. Everybody know that I go by DJ Q. On the ones and twos, you know I'ma act a fool. Party till the morning and you know I'm with the crew. If she acting bougie, we'll throw her in the pool. Made enough money, baked the project biscuits. Pain run deeper than a motherfucking wristlet. Boyfriend hating, he ain't nothing but a dipshit. That's the swag leaking, man, I think you need a drip drip. White folks looking like a neighborhood watch. Just like a clock, how I tick and I top. All this gold around my neck like that Flavor Flav clock. The DJ play my record and you know I I make it hot, make it drop, don't stop. You know we make it hot like P. Diddy on the block. I'm a fool like that, I'm cool like that, I'm smooth like that, nigga, I move like that.
I'm cool like that. I like
Good
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good stuff.
That is
Very
cool.
good.
I didn't even want that to stop, actually. I was like into that.
Oh, I just faded out.
Yeah, nice job, cute. So, very
Do my
nice.
little DJ thing, you know?
I like that.
Off
What'd
the
you think?
iPhone, too.
Yeah, off the
like-
iPhone.
Very nice. Very slick. What'd you guys think? Kenneth,
That
what'd you
was
think?
nice. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can see why they upset that NOLA fam didn't get their respect when they was broadcasted socially, because they actually serious about their craft. I like that.
Definitely.
These guys are great. Yeah.
And that beat, I produced that.
Oh,
I do that. That's what I
That
do.
beat sound like
for the
winter
record.
time to me. It sound like winter. Like it's winter.
Winter beat.
Well, you know
Make it
that's
more
a sample
chill.
in the beat that y'all hear as far as the melody. Like I just heard that like actually on some crazy YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, there we go.
Good.
Do you write that from scratch?
Well, actually, it's an art to sampling. So like, if you're a real producer like me, like you can pull things from anywhere. Like anything
Right.
is everything. So.
And do you have to pay someone when you sample their stuff? If you take
Well, it depends on how you flip it. It's like I said, it's an art. So it's like if you do it the correct way without like, it's like timing, it's like duration, and like all of that is important too. So if I sample too long of someone's song, then yeah, of course, like you asking for trouble. But if you could flip like 2 or 3 full seconds or something, it's like nah. It's like
So you've got to
actually
find a
legit
few seconds of each song and then stitch it all together.
and do it the correct
Man,
way.
you
yeah.
must have some pretty good weed.
You know what?
That is a real
transition.
difficult thing to even imagine doing.
Shout out my plug.
We always keep that.
Are you
Shout
still
out to
smoking a lot of
It's
weed?
necessary.
You guys?
Of
Yeah.
course.
I don't know how you could
Of
do it
course.
without it. I mean, think about that.
You know what? To be honest, like, you know, a lot of people say like we make them like creative, and it does make me creative. But like, I don't really need too much of it when I'm doing my producing thing.
Right.
Just a few taps here and then I'm like coasting off of that. But if I'm just chilling and trying to get stoned like on my fucking mind, then yeah, I'm just like rolling up constantly, straight to the face.
Now,
Just
that's
all the time.
connected to food as well, of course.
Taking a stone to the face. I've never heard
What?
those two together. Never heard those.
You ain't been
two.
stoned till you had wax.
Everything tastes better when you've been smoking pot. Do you find
I
that?
mean,
as-
you don't taste
as a
nothing when
chef?
you smoking.
Is that right?
You just eat.
It's like, this is amazing.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Everything
what you're
tastes
tasting.
better, I thought, though, no?
I mean, it tastes better because you're lit, but like as far as being like, oh, I can taste the garlic, I can taste a little bit of the herbs in here. You
Oh, you put a
blacken,
little cumin in
right?
there?
You put a little cumin. Oh, the
Nah.
fish is blackened to perfection. Nah, you just be like, man, that shit is good. Like, pass another one. No. You just
Do you know
smash it.
who we're talking to here, by the way? Kenneth is a winner of Chopped.
Well,
Whoa.
Not just a contestant on Chopped, but the winner
yes, sir.
of Chopped.
Yes,
Congratulations.
sir.
That is a big-
Bring
that is a
that, bring
big
that beat
deal.
back, Q. Bring that beat back.
Yeah.
Bring
Bring that beat back.
Yeah, bring that.
That is a
Congrats, my
Beat
dude.
back.
congratulations on that. That's a big deal.
Yes,
I
yes.
haven't forgotten about Talkify, by the way.
What'd you make for your winning meal?
Well, the fun thing was the episode was all the pies. So I had to basically each round you had to make some type of pie.
Okay.
So my clients don't ever request me to make pies. So I was completely left field out of
It
my
was a challenge
element.
for you.
Yeah, it was a challenge, but I was ready for them. You know, I was ready. I got a little pie trick underneath my belt to help make flakier pie crust. So when they presented that challenge, you know, it was all good. You know, in the challenges, I added a little bit of vodka in place of my
that's the
water.
move.
Yeah,
Vodka.
Yeah. See, Marshmallow know what I'm talking about.
I write cookbooks.
You write cookbooks.
Marshmallow writes cookbooks as well on top
I
of
just
it.
dropped a cookbook.
Amazing.
Southern Creole recipes from my New Orleans
Southern
kitchen.
Creole is the name of your new cookbook.
Yeah.
Write this
Southern
down.
Creole.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
I'm writing this down.
Let me see the cookbook.
We have
gotta-
one
you
over
gotta see
here.
this.
What's that in the bag? I know.
I need
Marshmallow,
that.
you're
I
a
need
dark
that.
horse. You write
Oh man, we
cookbooks.
left the cook. Marshmallow, you write cookbooks?
I write cookbooks.
What's the last cookbook you wrote?
I worked with Alon Shaya on his.
Okay.
Along
And
Shy,
I
that's
just
a
got
pretty...
done-
Oh yeah,
you
Shire
guys-
was a great restaurant.
Yeah.
Shire was a great restaurant.
Yeah. You guys remember Mad Libs?
Yes.
No.
Mad Libs.
TV
It's like
show.
a game.
Familiar.
It's like a game where they take out it's like a thing that's written, and they take out like random words. Like, you know, if you said like the dog walked down the street, they would maybe take out the dog. They put a blank in there, and underneath you have to like fill in the blank with like a random animal. And you go
Okay.
through the whole story and you fill in the blanks without knowing the rest.
Right, it's
So
a
that
kid-
when you
it's a
piece it
kid's
back
game,
together, yeah. So I just finished writing a cookbook that's like that. So like you think about all, like when you're making a stir fry, you don't need to have like exactly one onion and exactly like one bell pepper and exactly 2 cups of rice or whatever.
Right.
It's like a
just need
template.
some, yeah.
And so
you
I just got
fill in
done.
the blanks.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
They're gonna be burning all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
Well, it tells you all the rules.
that
It's like
is
you
a
have to bake
disaster
it.
for me.
You have to bake it at like
Can you-
375.
Okay, so they
But
can't
like,
go
yeah,
off the-
well, they're not
okay.
gonna set their house on fire.
Okay.
But like, if you're gonna make a frittata, I'm not gonna like. You could do 8 eggs. You could do.
Yeah, but this is
10.
for someone who knows how to cook.
I'm not
already.
gonna yell. No,
This is
it
not
tells you
for-
all the rules. It tells you all the important
does?
things, and then all the things that you can tweak. You tweak. You have fun.
You're amazed by how many people get confused with substitutions. Like they'll literally walk away from a recipe because they don't eat shrimp, and you'd be like, well,
You
can
don't
I
have
put
to put
chicken in it?
But
No.
But you know
No,
what? If you
it's
can't
forbidden
cook,
to
you
put
probably
chicken in
don't
it.
understand this. But if you can't cook, like I can't
It's
cook
scary.
anything. If it has too many things in it, I don't make
You get
it.
scared.
Right there.
Oh, yeah,
If
for
it
sure.
says, "Can I substitute chicken for shrimp?" I wouldn't even know about.
Damn, that's where I'm messing
Well,
up because I just throw everything in there. I'm like, all right, that might go. All right, throw that in there.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean that's how most people
That's
cook.
creativity. That's
Yeah.
what you're supposed to do.
That's them 3 totes you was talking about taking.
Right.
That's how they get creative. But
So
yeah, I mean,
what's this book of yours called, Marshmallow?
That one's gonna be called Cook in the Blank.
Cook in the blank.
Ooh,
Cook in the Blank,
nice.
and it comes out in March.
Pretty funny idea.
Cook in
Yeah.
the blank, baby. Shout out Cook in the blank.
Shout out Cook in the
cook in
Blank.
the
Kenneth,
blank,
yours is
cook in
called
the blank of Southern Creole.
Southern
Cook
Creole.
in
I
the
like
blank
it.
Southern Creole. Yeah,
Southern
you want to get
Creole.
you some of that flavor and that flair.
So before March comes along, Southern Creole is
It's
out
already
right
out.
now.
It's out
already
right
out.
You
now.
can get that.
KennethTemple.com.
Christmas gifts for everyone.
Yeah, go buy it from me.
Nice.
Don't go buy it from
KennethTemple.com.
Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
go
can buy it
it
straight
from
off
me.
your website.
Straight from the
Absolutely.
source, huh?
Okay.
Straight from me. I published that thing by myself.
Did
I
you
took
really?
all the
Oh,
photos.
really?
I wrote all the stories.
Wow.
I only paid somebody to do my editing and formatting, but all of that
Well,
is
you're pretty
that's
smart.
me. So I basically tell my story from a toddler to how I got into the kitchen all the way to graduating from culinary school.
Wow.
So that's the path I take. And the book is really accessible to people. It's not a long list of crazy ingredients. I think the craziest ingredient I have in there is saffron.
Okay.
To the home cook, like they'd be
That's-
like, "What the hell is saffron?" It's the most expensive
I was
spice
just going
in
to
the
say the same
world.
thing. It's expensive.
What's your
Right.
favorite recipe in the book?
My favorite recipe, 75 of them are my favorite recipes. From
Great answer.
From the banana nut pancakes all the way down to the street call, to the crab and corn egg rolls, to the
I need
smothered
that in my
okra, and to the turtle bread pudding, the New Orleans gumbo, red beans and rice.
Hold up, man, I ain't eating that before I came here.
The horchata
I'm
daiquiri.
starving, don't-
Oh,
You know,
okay.
we could keep going. You know, and don't forget about the brown sugar glazed carrots.
Oh, that sounds good.
Okay.
So
Delicious.
you're a real
Legit.
chef. You're the real deal.
Yeah, I dabble a little
You're
bit.
an actual chef
Yeah, I'm
from
certified.
cooking
yeah.
school.
Went
And,
to all that. Yeah,
So if I throw a party and I need a badass chef to come throw down,
I'm Mr. Badass.
yeah. Can
Shout.
you, but I'm not sure if you're in the right league if you can afford Kenneth yet, because listen to some of who his clients are here.
All right, here we go.
Saffron. Kenneth cooks with saffron.
Let me tell you, I got
pinch
some
of
great
saffron.
questions for you here as well, Kenneth.
All right, let's go.
Hang on, where does it say all these clients of yours? So I read this list earlier. Who are they? You have to tell me because now I can't
Don't
find
you find
it.
a list?
I'm
Grant, have you
looking.
been
It
drinking?
was like Lil Wayne.
Keep going.
Here we are, Lil Wayne, several NBA and NFL players,
Mm-hmm.
Soledad O'Brien, and the mayor of New Orleans, Mitch Landry.
Ooh, I
Actually-
see 30K on
Yes,
that
sir.
paper.
Actually,
So-
I actually cook for both mayors, Mitch Landrieu and Ray Nagin.
You cook for Ray Nagin?
Yeah,
Irvin
Irvin
Mayfield.
Mayfield. I've cooked for every president of all the universities in New Orleans. I've worked on 2 nationally syndicated cooking shows.
solid.
I'm an
So
ambassador
can-
for the city of New Orleans.
Can these
I
guys
go to-
afford you for a
I mean,
private
yeah,
party?
everybody can afford me. You just got to get the
Okay.
money. It's like everything else. Right? I can
All
afford
right.
you. Just get the money.
How do you get a
Hey,
gig? How did you get a gig
respect.
with some of these people? Like,
Just-
how would
it's
you get
all
Lil Wayne? Just all word of mouth.
I had a friend who I know who works directly with him. He was looking for a chef. Opportunity presented itself, and
What does he like to eat, Lil
so,
Wayne?
chicken wings and tacos. Nothing culinarily challenged.
Right.
It's, the fun
That
thing
sound like
about
studio
cooking,
food.
Yeah, the difficult thing about cooking for somebody so simple is it always has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And the system with that is like you eating it to your liking. So with a person of his magnitude, like the patience runs short. So you're not sure how many how many variations? I could think about 30 variations of chicken wings I could do right now. It's like, which do you just like salt and pepper on? Do you like them naked? Do you like them fried? Do you like this sauce?
Do you have this conversation with Lil Wayne?
No, I had it with his team, and I perplexed some of them with some of my questions.
What did you end up doing?
Just fried them how I knew how to fry them. And
Wing sauce?
Yeah, he likes Hooter wing sauce, to be exact. I was like,
yeah, okay.
Hooters? You know, so yeah, so some of that, yeah, and everything else is basically word of mouth and just working with different clients within it, and
is there
still
a psychological aspect to it where you have to be like their psychologist and you have to listen to what they're saying? And
yeah, and that's the whole thing with being a private chef. Like, you know, granted, if I'm going to cook for you, I have to know exactly what you like, and there's a trial and error period where spice levels, salt level, all of this that I have to wean out. But then once I get it, then it's off to the races.
And do these people tell you the truth? I mean, like, if someone cooks for me, I'm always polite.
They paying me.
Great.
They paying me, so they better tell me the truth. I'm in charge of cooking for them. You might want to tell me.
Can they tell you that they don't like it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what happens then?
And then I'll wing something and make something on the fly right there, because you still got to eat.
Right.
What didn't you like about it? Okay, making the adjustments.
Can you imagine?
Give me 15 minutes.
You're in the cooking business as well, Remy. What's it like when someone tells you that they don't like it?
I don't usually have to deal with it in that situation, because for recipe development, like I do, I send them like a whole bunch of concepts. And there is like in the whole ideation phase, there's like, you're talking about the psychological thing. I'm like, oh, what kinds of recipes does this person want to be like attached to? You know, do they want it to sound really fancy, or do they need it to sound like easy or clickbait-y or whatever? So I have to think a little bit about what they want, but I don't have to do much on the fly because I'm sending them ideas, and then they come back.
Are you a cook as well? Are you a chef too?
And not in restaurants, but yeah, I'm a recipe developer.
So I need to get a job with Marshmallow. I need to get a job with Randy.
That sounds pretty
I do
good.
recipe development.
Well, for your next cookbook, I'll do the editing.
Hey, now you're talking. How do you get to be a recipe developer?
You eat a lot.
But did you go to school for recipe development?
No,
She passed English.
I'm very type A when it comes to editing, which you need in recipes. And I wrote a few food columns throughout college, and then went and got a couple of food jobs, and then I got referred to my first like ghostwriting cookbook job. So I got to like
ghostwriting,
get a foot in the door. I know, it's so
ghostwriters in
mysterious.
cookbooks.
not respected in my game, but hip hop.
It's true.
I mean.
It's true.
But in the cooking game, that's
You
nice.
never know.
Yeah, you never know if
Wow.
Bobby Flay really wrote all of those
They
brunch
never did.
recipes.
If Drake did it,
you
They
don't have
never
the
did.
time. Yeah, you don't have the time to write all those
No,
recipes.
you don't have the time, and you don't have like, you're not. That's not the page you're
So
on.
you wrote Alon Shire's recipes?
I didn't. He and I like developed.
Collab.
He and I fleshed those out together.
Collaboration.
There was a whole
Collaborate.
lot of back and forth because chefs kind of speak a different language than home cooks sometimes, and so he'd be like, "Oh, we're just gonna roll in." Like we did a turkey, like a sous vide turkey for
You'll have to
Thanksgiving.
go
And I
back
was
to
like,
sous
okay.
vide. What
I
does
pushed
that
back
actually-
a lot. I was like, do we need to do sous vide? Blah
What does
blah.
that mean, sous vide? I've heard people
It's
say that.
basically you cook something in a steady, pretty low temperature, and it's vacuum sealed, so it's like an
like
gentle
underwater
heat.
or
It's a
something?
gentle heat all around it, so it cooks through.
In a
I
plastic
got your
Evenly.
marshmallow. I got
And
you.
then
I got your marshmallow.
afterward you can
So
sear
basically,
it.
think about sucking all of the air out of a Ziploc bag.
Okay.
So you put the product in the Ziploc bag, and then you stick it in this boiling water that's rolling, and you keep it at a certain temperature, and it just helps cook it. So sous vide is just a fancy thing that helps you regulate the temperature so you don't overcook anything.
So you
And
put a
it's
piece of
even.
chicken-
So you know when
Right.
you like cook chicken, sometimes it's overcooked and then
Dry.
sometimes it's crazy overcooked. This cooks it evenly. So anyway,
You
for
put it in a
Alon,
plastic bag.
you put it in
and
you
stick it
vacuum
in
seal
the
it, you get all
water.
the air
And you
out so
boil
that
it.
the water doesn't.
Can I vacuum seal it at home without any equipment?
People do,
Yeah.
yeah. People they've been
Just with a
selling.
straw or something? Like
They put it
Yeah.
in just a Ziploc
Actually,
bag.
yeah.
There's-
Okay.
Yeah,
You just-
and it doesn't. Boiling temperature is 212 degrees. So, but you're keeping these things
Less
at like
than that.
130,
Right, not too
100.
hot.
Right. So the regulator, that's the sous vide machine, is some weird technological thing that looks like a speedboat, and you just
Oh,
stick
I
it
need a
to
whole
it.
machine.
Anova, they made, these guys came out with a thing called the Anova, and it looks like an immersion blender. Like it's like a thing that
That's
you
a
can.
stick blender. It's about
Yeah.
this big, and you got a button, and it goes.
You just
Okay.
like attach
Like
it to
a-
the
like the
side of
bullet
your
thing.
stock
Right.
pot, and you
Almost.
put in your water, and then you tell it what temperature you want it to be
And
on,
it holds it.
and it regulates it.
So this is like a slow cooker type thing?
You can say that. You can say
Okay.
that, yes.
So people do that at home. And so last year,
Sous
Alon was
vide.
like, I want to do a sous vide turkey.
And how would you
All
spell
we're gonna
sous
do
vide exactly?
SOUSVIDE.
VIDE.
That sounds like it tastes delicious. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
flavorful.
it's great. It makes it really tender.
Yeah,
and
so
then you
it-
can sear it afterwards. So what we were gonna do was a sous vide turkey.
Okay.
He was really into the idea of using his knife. He's got good knife skills, and he's like, I'm just gonna cut all of the skin off in one go. So he's going over. He looks like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Like, I'm just gonna cut all of this skin off in one go and then use it to wrap up. Like, I'm gonna make
wow.
take the turkey flesh and like wrap it up in the skin so that when it's done cooking, we crisp it up.
That's funny because
Great
the
idea.
turkey flesh was originally in the skin, of course.
Yeah.
That's what skin is.
But then you take all the bones out and you make like a little
Roulade.
there's like
You
no
roll it up.
yeah.
Okay.
Roll it
And
up
I was like, I don't think people can really do this at home. I'm watching him, videotaping him, trying to figure
I
out
see. That's
how
what
am
you
I
do.
going to explain this to
Right.
home cooks as he's like going through and cutting through all the sinew. Like, it's beautiful. He's doing it beautifully.
Right.
I'm like, my job is to replicate this and to like write a recipe that other people can replicate. Nobody's going to be able
So
to
that's
do
an
that.
interesting job. So you have to watch.
I'm like, yeah.
The
I'm
chef do it and then
the mouthpiece.
translate
I'm
it.
the translator, yeah.
into-
like a journal.
Nice.
Wow. That's very interesting. What an interesting gig. Okay, listen.
It's fun.
I don't have any
we
sous vide
still-
in Southern
we
Creole.
still
No
haven't-
sous vide
we're getting
in
onto
Southern Creole.
No sous vide in Southern Creole.
No sous vide.
That's
in
a good
Southern
title. We're going to get on to Talkify in a minute because matchmaking. Think you guys want to hear about this?
Yeah,
For
I
real?
want to know if you need
But
like
first of
a
all-
private chef to cook some of these dinners for these matchmakers.
Oh,
I'm trying to
perfect.
get.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get
Get
high.
it where you
That's
fit
a
in,
great
bro.
idea.
Right.
That's a
Go
great
ahead.
idea.
And then
Okay,
maybe
so
Nola
tell
Fam
us-
can come serenade.
Come
Hey,
on. Got the
all
music.
about
There
it.
we
All
So
go.
about
tell
it.
us about
We
Talkify.
gonna
Then we'll
make
get
us-
back to
let's
Kenneth
start
in a
the
minute. Kenneth, I'm going to get.
So
Remind me to do this.
I'm like Cupid. I mean,
Okay, so how did you get this job?
another friend, shout out to Cora. She's a matchmaker. She recruited me.
Cora the matchmaker.
You got
Yeah.
recruited to be a matchmaker?
Yeah.
Like to go and work in the FBI, you got recruited to be a matchmaker?
exactly. It's just more selective,
Impressive.
more vetting.
Right, right.
Where does Cora live?
Here mostly.
So
she
she's
kind
in
of
New
bops
Orleans
around.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, and yet there's no business in New Orleans for matchmaking.
No, we
apparently.
all like. I mean, everybody. A lot of the matchmakers are like the quote unquote digital nomads, and they're like, "Oh, I'm like on a safari." Da, da, da. And
I'm still.
like I'm
I'm
living
still
in New
unclear here.
I'm living in. They just live wherever they want
Well, I
because
guess you
it's
can.
all the conversations.
Okay, but I'm unclear as to what goes on. So walk us through.
Okay,
because if
so I
I'm on
have clients.
Match.com, I go on myself and I find my own matchmaker.
I do all the dirty
What
work.
do you do?
I do all the dirty work. I do all the weird vetting, the weird Googling. I make sure that everybody wants the same thing.
Okay, so this start at the beginning. So someone calls
Okay.
up, like Monty, 900.
Hey, hello.
Does he call you or does
So
he
they-
find you online?
They like become like that. You go on the website and you just sign up and you like, yeah, you sign up.
Okay.
And then you get assigned a matchmaker who seems like you'll vibe with them. And then as your matchmaker, I talk with you, and I'm just kind of like your wing woman. I'm like
Let's
chatting
try
with
it.
you.
Let's do it.
So let's
Yeah.
let's
do
do a
Okay.
role
Uh-oh.
play.
There
Great.
we go.
So, well, it's usually like an hour long. We don't have
Oh, we
that
could
much
do it
time.
like the first.
But
do the
yeah,
first
so
2
like,
minutes.
so basically, it'd be like 900.
What's
What
up?
are your like? I would want to get to know all about you holistically, blah 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 blah, and then we'd be like, okay, well, let's be real. Like, what are your priorities? What are your deal breakers?
Well, first of all, my priorities are pretty simple. I'm a working man. I make money. I just need someone by my side who's true and loyal. No
Solid.
talking, not too much talking.
Great, a little listening.
Had a modem out last week, so
You want like a partner in crime?
no, I don't like someone who just won't shut up. So
Okay, a good listener.
cool, good listener. Listen all day. I got a lot to say. You listen. Yeah.
No.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just being funny, but not too much. Not too much talkative.
Yeah,
So
good little,
match
good
me
little
up.
balance.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, okay, what are your weird deal breakers? Do you hate like, you know?
No hair on the legs. And
She's got to be Masonic. Is that what you say? Somebody who
Masonic
goes to
Lodge, right.
He don't like the
We
women that
don't
go
know.
to
We
who
don't
don't
know.
go to
I
European
can't
weddings.
speak on that type of
the
stuff.
first
Don't
rule of
speak. Stay
Masonic
away from
church.
that. My client cannot speak on that. He just would like a woman who can enjoy his vibes.
Great.
How he enjoys hers.
Great.
Exactly.
So then it's
Thank
a whole
you.
lot of like intangibles, and then I like go out and I find all the like I talk to all of the people who I want to set you up with. And
How
so,
do you find these women?
I
these
have-
quiet women with no leg
women,
hair?
I really. Women are a little harder to recruit because I have to like talk to like friends and friends of friends, and sometimes I have clients who are like 55-year-old men who live in Charlotte, and then I'm like, well, I gotta somehow find like women in their 50s in Charlotte. So I get a little creative.
So guys are looking more
but
than
for
women.
men, I find I've got equal men and women, and my
Okay.
male clients are great because I have a Tinder Plus account. Or no, my female clients are great because I have a Tinder Plus account. So you can like
Tinder Plus.
tell it
Tinder Plus.
Tinder
Let's write
Plus.
that
You
I'm writing
so
that down
it's
right
like
now,
Tinder,
900.
but you tell it what city you want to be in. So I have this. I have my bio is like very transparent. It's like I'm a matchmaker. I'm on here looking for people for my clients.
Yeah.
Da da da.
Does this
DM
sound
me
like
if you want to talk more.
prostitution type
It's,
stuff?
yeah, it's a little bit of a fine line.
Yeah.
It's and then I gotta like scout these people out. It's crazy.
Okay.
And so then once I find people who are a good fit for each other, I like plan a date. I plan
Okay.
a blind date.
So
We're
when
gonna
should we
hire
link
you.
up? Because like I need a match made quick.
Let's talk after this.
Oh,
This
Hey,
sounds
all
great.
right.
She's on it.
Are
We're
you
gonna
hooked
hire
up, Q? Are
Kenneth.
you single or are you in a couple or what?
I'm single now.
You're single now, as
yes,
of
I'm
this minute,
single.
while we have a matchmaker. Would you be interested in this service?
I mean, I'm pretty good in that area. I don't really have a problem, but
Wow.
but
That's a good point, though. Is this for
You
people
know,
who have a
whatever.
problem finding a partner?
No, a
or-
lot of the time it's people who are just like, I just want to delegate this to like I want to outsource it to somebody. In the same way that like I could cut my own hair.
Right.
Would I choose to? Probably not. I'm going to hire somebody who
But
knows how to do it.
we've always thought
It's
of
all about your priorities.
finding someone to fall in love with as organic, even if it's online.
Yeah.
It's always been sort of organic. Like, we find someone's photo on Match.com or Tinder, and I think they look great. And
And then
I
you
meet
might be
them.
catfished, and they might be like
Could be.
100
That
pounds
sucks.
heavier
All
or
them
10
cons.
pounds older than they looked in their pictures. So it's
Okay.
all kind of a guessing game.
Right.
Wow.
It's all-
Anybody know who Joey Greco is? Because like every time I say that name, nobody know who that is. I'm
Cheaters.
like, yo, bro, how
Cheaters.
y'all don't know who that is? This dude got stabbed. for,
Kenneth
like,
knows.
sticking his
Joey
nose.
Greco from Cheaters. Yeah.
It was the like every time. It's like I was at Whole Foods like amongst coworkers. I was like making a joke about him, and like nobody knew who he was. I was like, am I the only person that
stabbed
like
on
it.
don't
What's
have a
Cheaters?
life and watch
Cheaters
TV?
was a show that basically Joey Greco was a
Exactly.
private investigator, and they would hire these people to, stalk and see if their mate was cheating on them. And Joey Greco ran up on a road boathouse one day, and Joey Greco caught two to the gut.
with a knife.
Yeah, they stabbed him on
was in the
TV.
wrong business.
Damn it! I forgot my shank guard at home.
They just roll up with the cameras on. caught
They
you
roll up on you like
He didn't-
like say me and you was on a date, right? And say 900 and Q, say 900 Joey Greco, but Q's your boyfriend. Like we're here, like they got private investigators watching.
Scoping it
900
out.
gonna jump and be like, would you like to say something? Just like
Yeah.
the cameras all over, and Q gonna be, yeah, boop, who this, boop, boop, mother, who the, boop, 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 boop. And then all of a sudden be like, get back, Q.
And then somebody
Love
gets
to.
stabbed.
Somebody is
Somebody, yeah,
Joey
there's
Greco.
always something. Joey
And
Greco, yeah.
It's very
So
serious.
you should,
Rest in peace.
she should work with the people on Cheaters because they just got heartbroken.
Yeah,
and they
and
need
they
to
need to
revive
match.
Very
love
Exactly.
delicate
again.
place.
Exactly.
And they need to find love again and believe it.
Research Cheaters is legit.
Yeah, it still comes on. But yeah, see, and I could just cook
Okay.
for these first dates.
You could,
That's
absolutely.
a great idea.
We could team up.
Yeah, I like to
Solid.
make money and
So
cook for
how much
people.
am I paying to get hooked, or how much is 900 paying to find
So
a hairless leg
the
woman?
people
who's
who,
quiet?
so they have to pay a retainer, which means
okay.
like they're paying for the
Monthly
matchmaker
fee.
to like get to know them.
Okay.
Well, I
And
just paid rent,
screen-
so bring it on.
Yeah. So for retainer for 3 months, it's $1,500. It's
Hey,
wild. I don't get all
I
that.
just paid rent. Bring it on.
Bring
I was
it on.
Literally.
$1,500.
It's wild.
If they
And
pay
you know
that for
what?
3 months, they can
months.
afford
You
me.
want to know what's insane?
Yes.
That is actually on the
That's cheap.
lower end of matchmaking.
I
services.
just asked if she was a millionaire
wait,
Yeah, I
matchmaker.
have like teachers who are my clients who are just like, look, I want to make an investment.
So tell me something about eHarmony then. If I mean,
Uh-huh.
like, should I just, is that like lower than, like, say if I go
Well,
to
I don't know
eHarmony?
about
like,
eHarmony. I don't have any experience with that.
it's a
Good
matchmaking
answer.
thing. So
Good answer, Marshmallow. Good.
that's a good answer. I like, see how you stepped around that?
Yeah.
Same thing I got to do with the,
I mean,
Who are
honestly,
they?
all the people I work with, I'm like, look, keep doing like Tinder or okay, keep it like whatever you're doing. I'm not here to
Bumble.
tell you like, oh, I have the right
Bumble.
way.
I heard
Bumble
this from a
lit.
professional.
Bumble,
Bumble
is
too.
lit. Bumble lit.
Bumble lit.
Bumble lit.
Bumble
Bio
needs to hire
just
your
was
chin.
written
Keep
up.
on doing it.
Lit.
Okay.
And
What was just right
what's
now?
your success rate there?
Instant responses.
What do you mean my success rate? Like in terms of people who
Well,
have.
people who use your service.
I've
How
had
many-
of the
what
clients I've
percentage
had.
end up?
Of the clients I've had who's like, I've had. I started this in June, and I've had like 3 people not renew their membership because they were like, I'm gonna try this out with the person you set me up with. I got a cute little text.
Wow.
I got a cute little text from a couple that I set up.
So
They were
since-
like all snuggled up, and they were like, "Happy Saturday." We
Oh, wow.
we just went to IKEA. They passed the IKEA
They went
test.
to IKEA together.
Yeah.
Nice.
And how did
They're
you?
moving
How do you
fast.
know? Is this just like a feel thing?
Yeah.
You just think you
Go
know
with
who
your
might
gut.
go with that?
A little, you got to have a high EQ.
So could what is
How about
that?
intuition?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a ton of that.
All
Yeah.
women
Gut
have
feeling.
intuition.
Gut
So
feeling.
could anybody do this job? Could I apply?
I mean, you could apply.
Oh, I'm sure
Where?
I've put together 3 marriages.
The application process was really fun. We had to
What
do
is it?
scenarios.
Right.
Where, like, in our interviews, the person who did the interview, she gives us scenarios, and she pretends to be some type of client.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, I am super shy, or like, and she's like presenting you with some type of problem, and then you have to role play the matchmaker, and you
I
have
think
to like
900
troubleshoot it.
would be pretty good at this actually.
Hey, I might be. What my good
Don't
blazer?
you get a feeling you
my
might
good
have a
blazer.
good sense of people?
Yeah, you could be good at it.
You could get paid the.
Hey.
You could get
1500.
people to open up.
All right, so look, if Whole Foods was giving me $11.50, right?
Okay.
How much we talking? Cause like I could just, I could just continue rocking the crowd because like if it's not worth it, I don't know.
But you're
Well, I mean,
getting-
that's what
I might rap
Is
to
it
him. Like,
is
maybe
it
I
a
could, like,
job
rap to him.
or
Yeah, like I get paid on commission, so it's
commission.
not like a salary
Right,
or
right,
like an
right.
hourly rate. or
Okay,
anything.
okay.
Yeah.
So you
I'm
get
cool with that
paid
too.
by the success rate. You get paid by the number of people who sign up.
She banks the money if they fail
I get
or not.
Right.
Don't matter.
When to take
I
off.
get paid based on the dates that I set up.
Based on dates.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
And
Okay.
well, the dates that people come back from, and they're
Okay, so
it's complicated.
hey,
I don't want to
listen,
get.
So
It's
she
going to
gets
be boring.
commissions. That's what she's going to say. She
I've
gets
got it all
I get
figured out
commission.
here.
All right.
What about a kickback system? Where you
Tell me more.
set us up on dates with people and we all share the money. The more dates that we go on, the more we make, right? It's like a,
Oh.
it's like
So
a
you're going to
corruption.
hire us as
like a
escort
pyramid scheme,
services.
It's like a sort of pyramid scheme.
Oh,
I'll show
Like
her
we
a good
go
time.
on fake.
Okay,
we'll
well,
go
first we
on dates
gotta
with
have-
each other.
you would go on dates with who's paying for it?
Well, we'll kick in $1,500 each to start with, right?
It's
Fine. I
split four
think I
ways.
have.
It's split
And then
four
we all,
ways.
but we're all going to get it back though,
Right.
Because we're all
Okay.
going to go on dates with each other.
Nice.
And you get paid for each date that
Sounds
you
like a
send
perfect
us
plan.
on,
Wow.
and we get a cut of that money back.
You
So
on
go
to
on the
something,
next
Don?
date.
You on to something? I like that.
You hear what I'm saying?
I hear you loud and
I see
clear.
What do
that,
you
right?
think, guys?
Self-investment. I like that.
We're all
Nice.
going to get kickbacks from
Sounds
Talkify.
perfect plan.
Sounds right.
You have
could,
an MBA?
Could anything go wrong?
Nothing possibly that I foresee.
Is it
She
illegal?
did nothing.
No, it seems totally checks out for
It's
me.
totally legit,
Wow.
right? This is
Nice.
great.
Hey, if it's no problem, in
So-
it,
We're going on a date. So
Nice.
here's some.
I'm so excited.
This is going to be good.
Money-making
You can set
time.
us up. Okay. So I got this thing from, I guess, Kenneth. It's from your
Publicist.
publicist.
My PR.
I don't know who this is. I don't even know if
Shout out
it's a
Multimedia.
man or woman.
It's a female.
It's a woman. Okay, so she wrote to me and said,
Shout out Antea. Oh,
she
Lord.
says, you can take the interview in any direction you choose. First of all, it's not really
Facts.
an interview, but the talking points below are optional. I thought it may be helpful. My job is to make your job easier. And then she wrote me
thesis?
nine questions.
Oh, damn.
Give her a raise.
So what do you? I thought I just pick. We've only got 5 minutes left. So
I'll answer
I thought
quickly.
if you pick a question from 1 to 9, I
Two
could
or-
ask
or
ask
just
you
one?
Just start with one. Pick
7.
Number 7. What is
Wait,
it
wait,
like
wait.
cooking? 8. How did you become an ambassador for Essence Eats in South Africa? Tell me about that experience.
Merimish Landry was one of my clients. They told me they wanted to send me to Africa. I thought they was full of shit, but they were serious.
What country in Africa?
South Africa.
South Africa.
South Africa.
Mitch Landry sent you to South Africa.
Well, maybe not Mitch Landry, but one of them departments in the city of New Orleans. But that's how I was discovered to be able to go and represent the city. They was looking for a chef
I
over
didn't
there.
hear one thing about Essence
Let's go.
Eats. Did you hear about that? And you were in the food business, Marshmallow.
No.
Did you?
Yeah, well, Essence normally does their festival here, and they went to
Right.
branch out over to Durban. So one year I was actually over there representing the city, ended up meeting them while they were scouting, and then Essence Eats happened in Durban. This is their second year, so I went there for the first year to start last
Nice.
year.
So what did you do? You cooked
I
like
made a
Southern
gumbo.
Creole?
Yeah, I made a gumbo.
for
Yeah.
for African people in Africa.
Absolutely.
How was that? What they think
Fun.
of it?
They tasted, they enjoyed it, they
What'd you
destroyed
put in
it. Yeah, I brought the andouille with me, frozen,
Did you really?
and my spices.
So didn't
We're not playing with
gumbo?
'em.
Didn't gumbo come from Africa?
Yeah, okra. Okra was the original thickening agent. That's why tomorrow, while I'm on WWL in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, I will be
Are
making
you?
a smothered
Early.
okra with shrimp.
You're on TV tomorrow.
Yes.
Well,
Channel
what a
4
week it's
News.
been. Happy hour on Wednesday, and then
I'm trying to
WWL.
improve my life. You know.
So
what
this
I'm
is your
saying?
publicist is hooking all this up for you. Whoever this is doing
Her
a good
and
job.
her and my hard work and blessings, the dedication to the craft.
All right. Well,
that's
also
right.
being talented and being nice and good looking probably helps.
It's all gifts. I'll take them. If,
Right,
if
right,
somebody finds me good looking, they won't put me on TV. Sold.
Well, you have your own show on Facebook as well, which has got thousands of people.
Yes, the
I
Hunger
saw
Trap.
that.
You saw the Hunger Trap?
Yeah,
the
I
Hunger
just
Trap
I
is
did. I
live.
saw you making in your kitchen.
Yeah.
which looks very humble, sort of a kitchen for a big
It's a
time.
trap kitchen. Do you understand trap kitchen?
No, I
Brian?
don't know what that
so
is.
trap is like the hood kitchen. You know,
Oh, okay.
I don't have granite countertops. I don't have the finest cabinets.
Right.
I don't have the sterling silver sink. I have a white stove, and even like sometimes you'll notice that the landlord didn't paint the rest of the ceiling, so you can see the lines where he
Yeah.
slapped the clay and
Yeah.
then put the tape over. So it's really raw.
This is your actual house.
This is my actual house. Don't show up because the guns are blazing. But yeah, it's
Sorry,
actually
Grandpa.
out the house, and we just have some fun. You know, I play a little music in the background, and yeah, we just have some fun. I've had
So you
musical
have
guests too.
kickbacks, right, at the spot?
Nope.
Are you familiar with that? What I
I do
mean
not
when I
have
say that?
kickbacks. Nope. I don't have people randomly chilling at the crib.
That's what I'm talking
You
about.
will be after you get on Talkify.
Oh well. Yeah, well, no, we're all going to be having
We're all
those
gonna be
kickbacks
hanging out
because we're all going to
I'm
split the money.
excited.
We're going to
I'm
have a
excited
fit.
about this beautiful new life we're gonna live
So,
together.
yeah.
This is great. This is a great hookup with everybody. We've got the food, the music, and the life partner.
Yeah.
It goes
Are you,
hand in hand.
Kenneth, are you single or
I
married?
am not married yet. One day it's going to happen.
But are you in a relationship? Or
Yes,
are you,
I am.
You are, okay.
Yes,
all right.
yes, yes.
So you're not available for Talkify?
I am available for the plan that we're
Yeah,
saying.
available for
For the
cooking.
plan.
Okay.
She will sign
Strictly
off on it
business.
if I let
Okay.
her know that
Yes,
this
sir.
is bringing in money to the
And we're all-
household, and I obey her orders. I will be
All right.
okay.
How long have you guys been together?
It's carry to 1, divide to 2. It's been about a year. About
That's
a year
pretty
plus.
good. All
Yeah.
right. And people, here's another question I've got. This is question 6. Where did the quote-unquote Chef Bay hashtag come from?
So Chef Bay started on Hunger Trap. One of my followers and fans just started calling me Chef Bay, and you know, on social media, there's all these Radio Bay, Teacher Bay, DJ Bay.
Right.
Bay
There's
everything.
all these bays, and
Right.
so she was like Chef Bay. So I just embraced it and ran with it because my target audience is women. So I mean, I might as well.
Is
just,
it? My target audience is women.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
mean,
best
I don't
audience
think I've
ever.
ever heard
The
anyone
best
say that.
audience.
That's
Yeah.
the best
What's your-
audience.
What's your target audience?
Shout out to the
Fan?
ladies.
I don't care. I'm not necessarily.
Go ahead, Q. Speak
Everything.
your mind.
I'm writing
Everything
that down
should be
right
about the
now.
women because I feel like women runs it all, and like if the women gonna like it and fuck with it, then of course the guys gonna come right behind.
Quote Tupac.
You know?
That's a Tupac quote.
That's what
Yes,
the
sir.
Tupac
Make
said.
the music for the ladies, and the men will follow.
They'll follow.
That's the
There you
clean
go.
version.
That's right.
They'll follow.
That's the clean
George
version.
Clinton said something like that too, didn't he?
I don't-
No,
I
he
don't-
did.
I have
He
to ask my
actually
dad about the
said, "Do the
mothership.
dog catcher." That's what he said.
Is that what
Do
it
the
is?
dog
Yeah, do the
catcher.
dog catcher. That's what George Clinton said.
Did y'all know that the mothership is actually in the new African American Museum in D.C.?
Is it really?
The mothership
Oh
is
my
actually
God,
in
that's
the
cool.
museum.
Okay, here's the
Swing
final
down.
question. of
Final
the day.
question. Oh,
We
Hunger
have
Trap
to get
also
out
does
of here.
15,000 plus a week. So, you know,
That
the
is a
more we
big
just keep
deal.
growing. Keep
Nice.
growing.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the final question. It's question 6, part 2.
damn.
Kenneth, how do you handle all the attention you receive from your female fans?
Nobody knows me. That's how I handle it. I'm like
They're
900.
like 900.
I'm like 900.
That's how we came in.
Well, you know, you
Nice.
just want to make sure you respect everybody because when you're dealing with women, you want to make sure that you're respectful and don't hit any emotional bones.
At all times.
Yeah.
At all times.
Marshmallow,
Point on
do you
point.
have anything to add to that before we get out of here?
Yeah, it's just like you don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Like
Don't be a
be
on
a
the
dick.
whole.
And don't be a front.
Nobody should.
and don't be a front or try to make yourself cooler than what you are.
Don't
Just
be
be
a
you.
fronter.
Yeah,
be-
nobody
just be
likes
honest.
fronted.
It's
Your
better
true
that way.
self is going to come out at some
It's better
point.
that way.
It's
Yeah.
better.
You'll be
It's beautiful.
surprised.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
better.
I
But
think
yeah,
that's a good line to go out on.
nobody
Don't-
likes liars and perpetrators.
No liars.
Don't be a dick. Chef Kenneth C. Temple, thank you so much for joining us. Remy Robert, otherwise known as Marshmallow. And
Marshmallow.
Q the Don in 900, otherwise known as Nola Fan.
Or AKA Matchmaker.
Matchmaker, talk fight.
Matchmaker.
So listen, we've got all this information about all these guys on our website. It's neworleans.com. If you want to find out all the links to these guys, go there and check it out. Thank you very much to Basics Swim and Gym, where you can get a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout and yoga clothes, as well as bikinis, cover-ups, and everything else you need for beach or poolside.
Hello.
Thank you to Basic Swim and Gym. They're right on Magazine Street near Jefferson Avenue, and Hangover Destroyer. There it is, the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover. You can go to the Hangover Destroyer website. It's hdestroyer.com, and write the words Happy Hour and the coupon code to get 30% off of your first order of Hangover Destroyer and Seize the Dawn and Louisiana Legs. They make workout and yoga clothes with designs that incorporate photographic art like Mardi Gras beads, boiled crawfish, and wrought iron in France and caves in China. You can find Louisiana Legs on Facebook, and you can buy them on Etsy.
Hello.
And that's the whole show for
Etsy.
today.
That's where I bought my grill.
You bought your grill.
Etsy?
Straight up, yeah.
Grill for your mouth or grill like
grill
to cook?
from the mouth, not
Okay.
to cook. No
Grills are
forming.
coming back in. I'm just saying.
Grills
Yes,
are back?
they back.
Okay,
You know
you're
what
all-
grills are, right, Grant?
No.
Grills are like gold teeth.
Gold
and
teeth, that's what I
platinum
thought,
teeth.
yeah. And it's coming back.
It's coming back.
Should I get
coming back.
Should I get one done?
Go for it,
Yes.
Grant.
All right.
Where I'm on your first
The
date.
producer of our show is Graham DePonte. Our associate producers are Alison Moon and April Stoff. Christian Unruh and John Valois organize all the music on this show. Thomas Walsh is our technical director. And our Facebook live feed director is normally Ashley Griffith, but today it's April Stoff. Our fact checker and social media connector is Andrew Sirac. Our theme music is typically being played by Mitch Foreman, but today it's being played by Nola Fan. If you'd like to be on our show and you can stay upright for about an hour while drinking alcohol, drop us a line. Our address is on our website. It's neworleans.com, where you can also check out other shows we make here, as well as many other hours of happy hour. There are shows like Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti, live from Commander's Palace, and Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker. You can find other great Louisiana podcasts at itsacadiana.com and it's batonrouge.la, and you can keep up with us on Facebook and Twitter and a bunch of other time-sucking social media as well. On all of it, we're called It's New Orleans, and you can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and on our Facebook page. These photos are taken today by Hope Bird. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast app, thank you for subscribing to us. Take a moment to rate and review us. If you've got one that helps other people find us, our show is recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street in Uptown New Orleans, where they have a 3-hour happy hour every day here, every day of the week, and an awesome brunch on the weekends. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. Andrew Duhon will be back here next week. He's on tour around the country. You can find him on andrewduhon.com and see if he's somewhere near you. For Andrew and everyone else around the table here at Wayfair and back at our office at INO Broadcasting, I'm Grant Morris. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you back here next week again on more Happy Hour.
900 stitching on the beat. Yeah. Let's get it. Hood rich. Love. Damn. All my life, I ain't never had shit. When we pull up to your set, they say we hood rich.
Let's be honest, there are tons of ways to send money back home, and every company promises me the same things: good rates and safe transfers. That's why it can be overwhelming to choose a new way to send money. I switched to Remitly because I can track my money every step of the way, which means I know exactly when my mom will get her money. And with their extensive payment network, my mom can receive her money in a way that is more convenient and safe for her. You should check it out. Go to Remitly.com or download their app to get started. Remitly Inc. is a licensed money transmitter by the state of New York, California, Massachusetts, and other states.